It's the Celebrity MasterChef final.
Be back on.
You gotta say, it's been a fantastic competition.
You're having a laugh.
Ta-da!
Yes, Debbie McKay.
We've had a giggle.
It's inside the lid.
There's been turmoil. You're on fire there behind you, mate.
I'm so sorry.
It's burnt, Dev.
No.
Do not open the oven! Do not open the oven!
There's been amazing food along the way.
That is absolutely lovely. We started off with 20 very keen celebs. We've now found ourselves the best 3.
To reach the final, it had only ever been a dream. To win, I think I would genuinely be in disbelief.
This whole experience has been incredible. So I'm determined, ready to embrace this final, have fun in the kitchen, and just go for it.
I want to win. I would like to take that trophy home, sit it on top of my telly, and stare at it whilst I sit on my sofa in my underpants. Just gonna keep that image in my brain today. Don't keep that image in your brain, it's quite disturbing, but I'm gonna keep it in mind. That's gonna be my focus today.
The finalists face their 2 biggest challenges yet. First, they have to cook Michelin standard dishes for a table of Michelin-starred chefs.
Cheers. Cheers, guys.
Before heading back to the MasterChef kitchen to cook their final best 3 courses. Only one will be crowned Celebrity MasterChef Champion 2017.
I was born in Sweden, outside Stockholm. And then my mother moved away when I was aged 8, and I stayed living with my dad. There were no rules. I just went along with him wherever he went. But the one big thing that was missing was any continuity in any sense of the word, and certainly to food. I'd often be eating ravioli out of a tin, cold, without heating it up, which I loved, by the way. It was just fantastic. When I was 12, I moved to the UK to live with my mother and my stepfather. And suddenly my life changed in so many ways. Every night, there was proper food on the table. Sort of completely ignited my love of food and cooking. I think I've just been really lucky to have been working within TV for 30 years now. I've probably had the most fun on Shooting Stars. They got me to do the most random things. Which I guess people weren't expecting, and people went, oh, she can be funny. And it was like, well, they're making me be funny. Cooking is a big part of my life, and I've rather insisted that it's a big part of my children's life too, much to their dismay. You don't leave my house feeling hungry.
Ulrika takes cooking to heart. And when she does her cooking, she's revealing a part of herself because she cares so much.
I should probably start with apologizing to my family for putting them through MasterChef. I could never have imagined that it was going to be so demanding of body and soul. Oh, sorry. Oh, it's frazzled. So many elements. I mean, I've worked solidly. I became so emotional. I don't often cry. I'm so hugely frustrated at myself. Oh my God, thank you. It's been a real journey for me to kind of establish my belief in myself.
That is a beautiful, beautiful summer risotto.
Thanks.
It's fantastic.
It's been the most incredible experience, it really has.
I do actually think she will win it because she never, like, ever gives up.
Good luck.
Good luck.
I'd love to see her win. To see her win now would sort of, you know, validate everything. It'd be really, really lovely.
I won't cry too much if I don't win, but to win would be, it would be ridiculous and something that I'm genuinely not even thinking about.
If in doubt, put some edible flowers on it.
Okay.
Because as long as it looks pretty, it's all going to be fine.
Be amazing.
I spent pretty much my entire life in North London. You know, I have only happy memories of growing up. I'm like the baby boy of the family, so I had older sisters who would make up songs. They might dress me up, make me a backing dancer for a bit. My mum was really busy when we were growing up. She was working all the time, so a lot of the food that she would cook would be quite quick. It was straight out of the freezer. Crispy pancakes, it was turkey Twizzlers, it was oven chips. It was just very functional. It was like, you're not hungry? I've made you something to eat. Music's always been a huge part of my life. My mum is a massive music fan. She had an incredible Motown and soul collection on vinyl.
And he was forever putting records on, even from about 18 months or so, scratching the heck out of them, as you do. Ruined some good ones, I must say. Tamla Motown and kind of old school R&B, which was often played. Not to the amusement of our neighbours, I might add.
I reckon you should just kind of guess it. If that's... Me and my mum are super tight. I almost solely contribute what I do now to how she brought me up.
What's the difference between these two cheeses, then?
One is Parmesan and one is Grana Padano.
Italiano cheese? Do you like an Italian accent? It's so passionate.
All right.
Beautiful language to go with the beautiful food, I think.
Don't use MasterChef to shout out for an Italian boyfriend, Mum.
Italian boyfriend. Now you got me thinking.
It's weird that I do music as a job because I never intended for it to be like that. It sort of happened by accident. To be completely honest with you, that was 7 or 8 years ago. I've been wondering how I've hung around as long as I have ever since. It's as much of a surprise to me as it is to everybody else.
XR, let him hear you!
Dev is successful at what he does because he kind of almost appears like he doesn't care, but actually that's just his natural ability to entertain people.
Do you guys mind if I take a selfie? All right, go. Ready?
Everyone kind of knows that Dev's attention span is like non-existent. I didn't really have him down as sort of the MasterChef type.
I just can't wait to...
So I think the surprise for everyone will be that actually he's actually managed to stay focused and do it.
This whole experience, it's like a stress sandwich. So right at the beginning, you're questioning yourself constantly. It really is not as easy as it looks. In the middle, it kind of alleviates a little bit. You start to learn some new skills. Look at that! Ah! And you get in the final, you're like, all right, now I really have to pull out all the stops. Let's win this.
I've been proud because each step that he's taken through MasterChef, he has grown within himself. I think it's given him a real love for real food and good cooking. I'll tell you if it's rubbish, if it's rubbish.
Just to get this far, as cliche and as cheesy as this sounds, to be able to call myself a MasterChef finalist, that's enough for me. But I do also want to win.
Good luck for tomorrow night.
Thanks, Mum.
Cheers.
I think my upbringing was very reserved. Grew up in a really strict environment, and I wasn't very adventurous. I was really quite quiet, and I didn't have much confidence. My grandmother, she spent her whole life in the kitchen. I remember there's a period where we lived with her when my mum and dad separated. We never went hungry, even though there wasn't much money. So she was the first person who sort of got me into wanting to be in a kitchen. Growing up, I had no idea what I was going to be or where I'd end up. And I ended up working as a secretary at the BBC. And I remember someone from Children's saying to me, gosh, you know, you're really outgoing and you talk a lot and stuff, you know, you'd be great. Now, this presenting lot ain't easy, you know. And my life just changed so dramatically. It was just insane.
And liven up your lives.
Yeah, just... The most important thing that's come out of my job is, one, it helped me to find myself, get that confidence and just be me, and just be happy with being me. Secondly, I found my husband. He's just a good man.
Really, as soon as I saw her, I fell in love. She just emanates this sort of happiness and smiliness, and she draws you in.
I wouldn't have been able to do MasterChef if it wasn't for Michael, because he's really kept the home going, looked after the family, and he's been really supportive, really supportive.
The glamorous life in the Underwood house.
I think I'd forgotten over the years how stressful MasterChef can be. You know, I remember at the time thinking, why am I getting so emotional? But when you're there and you're in it, it's amazing what it takes. It takes a real toll. So when she's come home, I'm like, I know exactly, I feel your pain. I remember what this was like.
Didn't quite make it as far as I did, but I can't say that now. Honestly, you've done so well.
Being part of MasterChef has been so hard.
Ah! Greg! Get out of my kitchen!
It takes everything out of you.
Ah!
But there have been some incredible moments.
Love it, love it, love it. That's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
It's just so satisfying when everyone's going thank you for their food. It's just really nice.
Those moments we just think, wow, and they will stay with me forever.
I am massively proud of Angelica because I know how much it means to her. I know how much she's invested in this. She really does work hard. She practices and she searches and she's really meticulous about what she does.
What will drive me is wanting him to be happy and him to be really proud of me.
So, good luck for the final, and let's see if you can bring the trophy home. And if you don't, it doesn't matter.
Angelica, Ulrika and Dev now have one last chance to hone their skills before they cook off for the MasterChef title. This year's chef's table will be overseen by a culinary giant, Jason Atherton. Over a 30-year career, he's risen to become one of the world's most successful chefs.
I started at the age of 16 cooking. I joined the Army Catering Corps, hated it, left, ran away from home, got a job in London, and I absolutely thrived and loved it.
Jason then went on to work with the legendary chefs Pierre Kaufmann, Marco Pierre White, and Ferran Adrià.
I was very fortunate to be the first non-Spanish-speaking chef to work at the famous El Bulli back in '98, and then was picked up by Gordon Ramsay, part of his what he called the Magnificent Seven. And then me and my wife decided to do our own thing, and the rest was history.
In the last 6 years, Jason has opened 17 restaurants across 5 continents, 3 of which hold Michelin stars.
Jason's standards are high. You don't get where he is by cutting corners. You get where he is by pursuing excellence.
Today, the finalists have the honour of cooking at Jason's Michelin-starred London restaurant, City Social.
This is a huge challenge. All three of them have the potential. And today is their chance to take in another lesson and polish everything up, ready for that final.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
I'm sure it's been a long, hard journey to get to this point. It's about to get a little bit tougher, I'm afraid, today. You'll be cooking for 5 of my closest friends in the industry, all of them Michelin-star chefs in their own right. You're representing my food, so your team Atherton today, and that's very, very important to me that we show them how good my food is, because they've not eaten in my restaurant for a few years. If you follow me, we'll start the day.
All right.
Pressure really is on today because we're cooking a Michelin-star restaurant for Michelin-star chefs. So I'm nervous now. Before I was like, yeah, this is fine, but now I'm really anxious.
Genuinely, I would be so mortified if I let Jason down. So for me, just a keenness to get it right. That's my only role here today.
This will be stepping into territory I've never been in before. So massive amounts of pressure.
Dev will be in charge of Jason's starter, pine-smoked langoustine with yuzu mandarin jam, and a seaweed custard topped with a langoustine consommé, langoustine tartare, and caviar.
It's inspired by a trip to Japan I had with my wife and children at Christmas, and I was very impressed by a dish I had called chow mushi. Very difficult to get correct. It's a savoury custard and the langoustine consommé, which sits on top, which is the most difficult part of the dish.
OK.
The chow mushi custard needs to be set perfectly to support the langoustine tartare and caviar.
That's the first part of the dish.
Cool, OK.
Yeah.
Seems
so it looks very Japanesey, correct? Now we go on to the langoustine part of the dish. So we're just going to hold that down. We're just going to get that lovely sear on it. You're listening to the pan, you know?
Right.
You can't see this, you've got to hear it, you know?
OK.
And that's it, you see?
Ah.
That's all we're trying to do with it. Right, and then we're ready to smoke them.
Wow.
I want to trap the smoke in there. And then by the time it's come back from the guests, it'll have a lovely little flavouring of pine.
So, explain to me, it goes out to the guests and then comes back?
Yep. It gives the langoustine probably about a minute in there, and that's all it needs to be able to flavour it. It's a little bit of theatre.
Very cool, all right.
This is our mandarin and yuzu jam. And then, very simply, we put our langoustines down like so. A little bit of our pine salt. And there, my friend Dev, we have my trip to Japan.
Gorgeous. Very, very impressive.
To produce that takes a lot of concentration, takes a lot of hard work.
OK, all right. As long as you don't stray too far away, I should be all right.
I'll be with my coffee somewhere.
All right, OK. If you're within yelling distance, I think I'll be all right with it. That is really special. It's a little bit scary and quite intimidating, but I've kind of learned with this whole process so far and this whole competition, don't stress out about things, just try and enjoy it somehow. I say that, I'll be crying in a minute, like, I can't do it.
Dev's first task is to prep a tray of 60 langoustines.
Just got to do it quick, just do it nice and quick.
Which, as well as being seared whole, will be used to make the tartare and consommé.
Just trying to locate this vein. It's quite cool what I'm doing today. I'm using the same ingredient, but in different ways, which is pretty cool.
The seared langoustines are lightly smoked on pine fronds in front of the guests.
Even for us to get in there in 3 hours and get it done, it's a lot of work. You can't just pick a little moment and drift off into space. You've got to be concentrated for the whole 3 hours, or you're not going to get through it.
Ulrika is in charge of the main. Pan-seared Cornish turbot with cockle and wild garlic veloute, a yoghurt and lemon meringue shard, and cauliflower, both pureed and baked.
It's really...
It's easy?
It's not easy, no. There's quite a lot of work to do. So
Yeah.
we've got fillet here, but you're going to be preparing the whole fish. Fillet of flatfish before?
No, I haven't. I've looked at how to do it, but I haven't physically done it.
We'll get on with that a little bit later.
For me, this is the reason that I wanted to have the sort of full MasterChef experience. That's an amazing opportunity.
It's going to go quite quick, this, so we're going to move quite quick.
The big challenge for Ulrika will be juggling multiple pans just before service to perfectly cook both the fish and the caramelised cauliflower garnish at the same time.
I want to keep the stems nice and white. Keep an eye on the fish. That's all the colour we need.
Right.
All right? It's really important because we don't want to overcook this bit. So that fish is ready now. Now, as you can see, that's what we want.
Wow.
Okay? They come out now. Right, so that's our cauliflower done. We bring it over. In here, cauliflower yoghurt puree. Fish next, we then place 1 piece of cauliflower. Then we place the morels. This is our meringue. On the side, cockle and wild garlic sauce.
Colours extraordinary.
And that's the dish.
And it's stunning. Mmm. Mmm. Oh my gosh. This is going to be like the hardest thing. Got to get my fighting spirit on and go in there and kind of show some confidence. But, well, baby steps to start with. I don't know how much Jason abuses his cauliflower, but I'm feeling like I'm having to do unnatural things to it.
It's a dish what looks very, very simple on the plate. It's about a level of commitment to finesse, and if you don't have that, then this dish will find you out very quickly.
I think that's actually slightly better than Jason's.
Angelica will have to make Jason's feature dessert.
To me, this is a dream come true, and I want to do him justice. I see an apprenticeship coming on.
So this is based on a dessert I'm very fond of eating in Spain with Ferran Adrià's.
Jason's daring El Bulli-inspired dessert is chocolate and olive oil. A chocolate sponge and mousse on an olive oil biscuit, with a tempered chocolate disc, accompanied by olive oil gel and ice cream, a black olive tuile and gold leaf.
What we've got here is the olive oil biscuit. It's very delicate. Here we've got a really light chocolate sponge. Obviously, it needs to be exactly the same size, right? And then from the middle, we start to pipe the chocolate ganache. And it's keeping a steady hand. It's almost like doing a record player.
Okay.
Can you see?
Yeah.
So we'll take a lovely bit of our tempered chocolate. Then, olive oil gel. Make beautiful, perfect dices. Olive oil ice cream. When we do a quenelle, we always just push down into the ice cream. These are our olive tuiles. Nice. Try not to touch it with your fingers. And that's our dessert finished.
That's beautiful. And I was a bit worried about the olive oil. But it all works. It's stunning. I'm going to have to really be precise and regimented to get it to look like this.
The celebrities have just 2.5 hours before service. To ensure they hit this deadline, Jason has his executive chef Paul and senior sous chef Costas on standby.
Look at the surroundings, look at the food that they're attempting. This is pushing them to greater and greater culinary heights.
With Dev serving first, he needs to stay on track with his prep. His next task is to painstakingly pin his langoustines so they remain perfectly straight when they're cooked.
Not only is this a key part of the whole dish, but these are really, really expensive, and I can feel that as well. I can feel the way that the other chefs are looking at me a bit nervous, like...
Dev, I'm not going to get in your way too much, all right? I'm going to be in and out. Are you loving this?
I think I am a little bit. It's a little bit like, you know, when you go to a concert and you don't know any of the songs, you're just like, you know what, I'm just going to enjoy this. That's how I feel like today. I don't know the ingredients, so just going to enjoy it.
How confident are you you're going to get this done?
I don't want to... Maybe I'm 80% confident, which is a weird number. The only thing I'm worried about is, obviously, if I'm late, it means Ulrika's going to be late, it means Angelica's going to be late, so...
You ain't late. You ain't going to be late.
No.
You haven't got on the wrong side of Jason, have you?
He's very, very slow. Got some of the crucial jobs to execute to get him out on time. So he needs to pull his game up a little bit.
I'll just give you a quick hand, because I think obviously you've got your egg custard to set and all that sort of stuff, so don't want to get too behind.
Ulrika's turbot is seasoned with an unusual and delicate lemon meringue.
Sounds a bit weird, but it's very, very tasty. Works very well. Critical moments is getting the meringue absolutely wafer thin, so as it sits on the dish, it will dissolve and season everything on the dish.
It needs to just be like the finest shard of meringue. How do you even think about doing this? That's why you're a genius. What do you think, boss? Is this too thick? Still too thick, right?
A little bit.
Really as thin as that?
You can almost see through this.
OK.
There you go.
Thank you.
To set, the meringue is placed in a dehydrator for 90 minutes.
What a funny little thing this is. So I just leave that in there now?
Yeah.
How different is this cuisine to what you're used to cooking?
Oh, it's almost the other end of the spectrum. It's very small, exact, but still amazingly beautiful tasting.
What's the most difficult bit of this dish?
I think, to be perfectly honest, there are so many elements and so many difficulties about each element.
I think you're going to manage this really well.
Do you think? Oh,
yeah.
Thank you for your faith, sir.
Have you been through your panic already? Or is that to come?
One of my many panics. I've been through one.
Good. Could you give me a call when you're ready for your next one?
I will do.
Thank you.
Next, Ulrika turns her attention to making the wild garlic and cockle velouté.
The smell is unbelievable. I could just sit and eat this. I'm taking them off, Costas.
Yep, they look beautiful.
She's still yet to prepare the fish. That takes quite a little bit of time. So she's a little bit on that cusp of, is she going to get there on time, is she not?
Quite how I'm going to individually pick them out. Gonna be some time.
So right now I'm making a chocolate mousse. If I can get that in the fridge, and then I'm going to start working on the biscuit and the chocolate sponge. It's looking good so far. Don't want to burn
Burn the base of the chocolate.
Dessert is chocolate nightmare. There's a lot of technical things can go wrong with that dish if you don't get it perfect.
I love it. So yeah, but there's just loads of elements. So yeah, I've got to just work hard and focus.
With her mousse made, Angelica moves on to the second of her 3 chocolate elements, making a delicate light sponge layer.
Angelica seems to be on top. It all smells good in there. It smells like it's supposed to smell, which is an important thing. And our mise en place so far looks on point.
Is this how it's meant to look?
It will, once it gets warm, it will kind of...
Spread out.
Spread out.
Perfect.
All right? So give it 5 minutes in the oven, then we'll have a look at it.
So, team, it's now 1 o'clock. We've got 1 hour, 15 minutes left before Dev. You've got to serve the first plate. If Dev goes out of position, that knocks the whole system out, which can throw the whole thing. So, Dev, you being on time is not just about you, it's about the whole team and not letting us all down, so it gives us all a fighting chance. OK?
OK, yes, chef.
Dev is in a race against the clock to get his starter out. He's only just made a start on the complex chow and mushi custard.
Got to add the eggs to dashi stock to make the chow and mushi. It's a bit of a nightmare job.
We've got like an hour and 15 minutes left, but I've done these challenges before. It just disappears like that. So just keep my head down, keep working. I think I'm ready to steam.
He should have been having that going alongside his langoustine.
All right, next bit.
Ulrika is also up against it. She's focusing on her 2 cauliflower garnishes.
I don't even know how to turn it off.
A perfectly smooth cauliflower puree.
Oh, it's nice.
And blanching off her florets, which will be finished just before service.
Get them out?
I would, yeah. Check on the little knife.
Oh, the shakes have started. That's no good, is it?
Ulrika, how are we looking?
I haven't done the fish yet.
Right, you haven't done the fish yet?
No.
Well, you're plating in like 40 minutes.
Oh.
So you need to start getting the fish done now.
OK.
So you've got quite a bit to do now.
OK. Chef, I will do that now.
Yeah. OK, let's move. We need to move, yeah.
On pastry,
There you go.
Angelica's chocolate sponge has finished baking, ready for Jason's approval.
So I turn it...
Smells good.
Thank you.
Good.
Relax it, relax it.
With the sponge made, Angelica now turns her attention to the mixture for the tricky olive oil ice cream.
All I've been doing today is measuring, measuring, measuring. So I'm literally, my brain is just like buzzing.
Angelica must carefully combine the olive oil with the custard to avoid the mixture splitting.
This looks yummy! Woo! This is the first time I've ever made olive oil ice cream.
Time's of the essence now. Angelica seems to be on track at the moment, and she seems to be very, very well organised.
Today's invited guests include some of the leading chefs working in Britain, who all hold Michelin stars.
These celebrities got it all to do to live up to my reputation in front of these guys, because I don't want to be made a fool of.
Cooking
Cooking for us chefs is one of the hardest things that we do. So for our celebrities, it's going to be a hard day, but I just hope they can make the most of working with someone like Jason.
Last year, I was in the kitchen sweating around with them. It was fun, no doubt about it, but it's real fun to sit with these discerning chefs.
To get to this point, you know, they need to know what they're doing. For me, what I see in the menu is a trick one.
Jason is a master at the top of his game. He's a perfectionist. I think, you know, they've got a tough one on their hands, but I'm really looking forward to it.
This menu reads, it's very modern, it's got a lot of technical elements to it. So, you know, they really need to be on the ball. Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
There's just 20 minutes until service, and Dev still has a mountain of work to do.
There's so many different parts to it. Boiling stuff, infusing it, putting it back in the fridge in time to set. Honestly, at this stage, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. I can't remember, am I doing a sweet or a savoury dish? But you could use a lot of words to describe me right now. Calm's not one of them.
Ulrika needs to quickly get her turbot filleted and rested, ready for frying just before service.
I used to watch my grandma do it in Sweden. Can't waste any, can you? Oh my gosh, I can feel all the pin bones in it.
Angelica's moved on to the delicate tempered chocolate discs, which involves heating and cooling the mix to exact temperatures so that it sets and holds with a perfect shiny surface.
What do you think now?
What do you think?
I think it's almost there. It needs to be keep working at it and go down a few more.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And you see the shine it's starting to give to the chocolate?
Yeah.
And that's what we're trying to do.
Once tempered, she has just seconds to work the chocolate into a perfectly smooth, thin layer for her chocolate discs.
This is cool.
At least my savoury custard's looking good. But based on the panic in everybody else's face, maybe it's not going exactly to plan.
Dev, we've got literally 8 minutes to go now. We're a little bit behind. We might need, realistically, to get this out on time, we might need a little bit of assistance to get you through. So, Julien Imbart, for 8 minutes, you're going to be his armbands to help him swim out the deep end. It's OK,
Thank you very much.
We need to push, yeah?
Thanks, sir.
So, we've got literally now 7 minutes to go. We'll put the jelly on top of the chow mushi, which we should have done really 20-25 minutes ago. It's going to be very tight. It's bums to the wind, as they say.
So for the first course, we've got Gairloch langoustines. Oh, langoustines, beautiful. If you get them right, they're amazing.
Right, langoustines down. Onto the pine, we'll quickly torch.
Get out of here. Go on, Dev. How cool is this? That's great, isn't it?
Lid on top, lid on top.
It'll be interesting as well to see how it's been cooked, the langoustines, because he doesn't say it's going to be... it can be poached, it can be grilled.
Well, we have to wait and see.
Exactly.
OK, service. Right, as that goes, now we're under pressure because before that comes back, we've got to have everything ready to go, yeah?
Yes, sir.
OK, away you go.
Thank you.
While the pine-smoked langoustines are presented to the guests...
I wasn't expecting this. It's so clean and elegant.
Dev must work quickly to plate the rest of the dish.
Oh, my word. Serious. Looking good, Dev.
Thank you.
Langoustines back. OK. Dev.
Thank you very much. That was stressful, but I think I had a little bit of fun in there somewhere as well.
Stressful is supposed to be.
Yeah.
Fun is supposed to be also, so you got the right mix.
Thank you very much, Chef. I appreciate that. I don't think I've been so relieved to get to the end of a challenge. To admit, I did enjoy it, and I feel like I've learned some really cool skills today as well.
Dev's starter is smoked and seared langoustine with a yuzu jam, accompanied by a seaweed custard, topped with langoustine tartare and caviar.
I think presentation-wise, I think they've nailed it. I think, you know, it looks very clean. Looking around the table, everyone's looks the same.
Love it. It's fantastic. Can't wait to dig in.
Yeah.
Well, looking at that langoustine, that is perfectly straight, beautifully even in the colour, but also in the cooking as well. Really not easy.
The custard is so light, it works perfectly with the langoustine.
The sharp yuzu flavour was cutting through. Each and every ingredient had its own flavour coming through. Nothing was kind of masking each other. So really, really clean plate. Loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Afternoon. How's it going?
Good.
Very good.
How are you?
Hey. Yeah, not too bad. I'm better now that I'm finished cooking. Yeah.
Dave, I would like to congratulate you. I think it was a fantastic plate of food, to be honest. It was a harmony between the ingredients.
Oh, cool.
Absolutely loved it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
You would have expected that to come from a good professional, let alone somebody who's not used those ingredients before. So well done.
Wow, thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys. It's been a pleasure. Thank you. I walked in and I felt like I was back in school getting in loads of trouble, but instead of telling me off, they were like, it was good. We enjoyed your food. It was really nice. That's pretty impressive in my book.
The pressure is now on Ulrika. She must precisely time the cooking of her cauliflower florets and turbot so they're ready for plating at the same moment.
Ooh, that seems like very burning.
Well, it sounds like a really interesting combination. I think that, you know, there's going to be a lot of challenges in there. You don't know how the turbot's going to be cooked, so that could be a tricky one in itself.
It's not easy for every cook to handle it well. You've got to be really skilled to be able to cook turbot.
Put some stock in there. Okay, and we're just going to let them gently cook, yeah?
OK. That one's not going out.
I don't, sorry, don't worry.
That one's...
That's all right. Just cut the tops off those.
With this dish, I can pretty much almost smell it. You know, the wild garlic and the cockles and that beautiful fish. But if you mess up any of them, ruins the whole dish.
Go on, you do well. Come on!
OK, service.
Yay!
Well done, Eureka. Well done.
Thank you very much.
How was
Thank
that?
you. It was amazing, like, crazy. Insane. Thank you so much.
Well done.
Thank you. I said to myself at the beginning, if you get this done, girl, you've done well. But we haven't heard the verdict yet, so we'll wait and see.
Beautiful plate.
Ulrika's main is pan-fried turbot with caramelized cauliflower florets and a cauliflower and yogurt puree, morel mushrooms, a lemon and yoghurt meringue chard, and a cockle and wild garlic veloute.
I think it's a beautifully presented dish. They've cooked the turbot really well, but I think needed a little bit more seasoning on the turbot.
My dish is actually perfectly seasoned. Cockles work great with the garlic. The cauliflower is beautifully cooked. The cauliflower puree is smooth, and I love the little acid in the meringue. Got a fun little element to the dish, and quite unusual for our contestants to put a meringue on a dish.
But the colours, the presentation, and the flavour together, I thought it was stunning.
This is Jason's plate, and whosoever has executed it, I think they should be very proud of themselves.
How was your day?
Intense. Yeah, it was pretty intense.
You look a bit shell-shocked there.
Yeah, I think at the beginning of the task I thought it wouldn't be achievable, but somehow we managed to get something out there.
I thought today's dish was absolutely fabulous. It's light, it was delicate, it was beautifully, lightly seasoned. Congratulations, I thoroughly enjoyed this. I think we all did. Well done, you. Great job.
It's kind of beyond anything that I'd hoped at the beginning. To have such astute chefs say nice things makes you just cry. That was awesome. Can we just finish MasterChef now and not have to do the final?
We're ready?
I think so.
Yeah, ice cream checked. It's all looking very neat and tidy. It's pretty good. Don't get too confident, we've not started yet.
No.
Sounds like a challenge, this dessert, because they're probably unusual ingredients they've not used. So the balance in there is going to be quite interesting.
Wow, they look great. That's it, great and delicate. Right, then we go with the ice cream. Once this goes, we've got to move quick, okay? Okay, so you go in, you push it in, you push it out.
That has really caught my eye, that olive oil ice cream. It's quite an unusual thing to have on a menu, but absolutely delicious when it's done well. And with chocolate,
Perfect.
even better.
Got it.
Whoa!
Good job.
Right, you have the pleasure of putting the gold leaf onto the last one. Ah! That's it. There we go. Service. There we go. How was that?
Great.
Yeah, did you enjoy it?
I loved it.
All the mise en place was super neat. Everything was clean, ready to go. I was very, very impressed. Well done.
Thank you, Chef.
Really well done.
I loved that, every single minute of that. I loved it. And I just did everything. I got it done. I feel so happy.
Angelica's dessert has layers of olive biscuit, chocolate ganache, sponge and tempered chocolate, accompanied by olive oil gel, olive oil ice cream, and a black olive tuile topped with gold leaf.
I think it looks like a beautiful piece of art. I think from an amateur chef to cook and prepare and presents this standard clean and crisp and sharp, that's not an easy thing to do.
I think olive oil ice cream really rocks it, in my opinion. I really loved it. I wish there was a little bit more.
The chocolate is rich, it's smooth. The biscuit on the bottom is light and crumbly. It's almost sort of sablé-like. The ice cream is a treat.
So the marriage of olive oil and the chocolate together was fantastic. Really, really something special.
A delicious plate of food, and I think, as far as cooking-wise, they've done themselves justice, and I think they should be very proud of themselves.
For me, that's been the dish of the day. Brilliant.
Hello.
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 Hi.
How are you, Angelica?
Really good, thank you.
When you look at our plates, what do you think?
I think you might see me back in the kitchen to make some more.
Angelica, what an incredible plate of food. You should be very proud of yourself. The skill there shown today in that plate of food was immense.
I think that you nailed this dish to perfection. Absolutely brilliant. Well done.
Thank you so much, thank you.
Thank you, Angelica.
Thank you. I'm still in shock about what was said by all those amazing Michelin star chefs.
What an extraordinary challenge for our three celebrities. Michelin star food for Michelin star chefs, and they loved it. Our three celebs should be extremely proud.
The guys had a very tough ask today, and I was very impressed. Dev got a little bit behind at one point. He was very relaxed. But in the end, the dish looked fabulous, it tasted great, and at the end of the day, that's what it's all about.
I learned so many new skills today. So overall, enjoyable. I'm just really glad it's over.
When it comes to Eureka, I could feel the nervous energy when I was around her. But having said that, it's a very tricky Michelin star quality dish to produce, but she did it. I thought she did a really good job.
It was kind of mind-numbingly unachievable, it seemed, at the beginning. But I feel proud that I managed to get a dish out there. It was just a really beautifully intense experience.
Angelica, she was completely in control. I can't sing Angelica's praises enough. She was fantastic.
I've had the best time today. I just feel really proud that I came into this kitchen and did that. That's crazy. This is just crazy.
I think we did all right.
It's been a good day. It's been a good day.
This is it. Our three extraordinary celebrities are about to face their final cook-off.
They know it's got to be beyond good to win this title. They need to be banging on the door of sublime.
It would be really cool to call myself a MasterChef champion. It's gonna be my next tattoo, right here.
So being in the final Celebrity MasterChef is one of my biggest achievements. There's loads of mixed emotions, and also an emotion that this is it, it's the end. And it'll be sad.
To win today would be an enormous honour. It would just feel like you've done something that you loved and you've done it really well and it's been recognised.
This is your last chance to show not just me and John, but everybody watching what an amazing cook you have become. Cook brilliantly, cook with passion, cook with elegance, lift that title.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have 2 hours. 3 of the finest plates of food you ever thought imaginable. Let's cook. Today, I want to feel goosebumps, I want to be smiling, I want to have tears of joy.
They've got to take all the passion, everything they've learned, and they've got to load it all up together, layer by layer, and deliver us outstanding food.
Today, I need everything to be the best I've done so far. So I realise it's putting quite a lot of pressure on myself, but I think that's what a final was about.
Dev entered this competition a novice. He soaked up every single lesson along the way, and his food has just got better and better.
Dev has plenty of energy, and look where it's got him. Inches away from a MasterChef title. Dev has turned into a fantastic cook.
I think when John and Gregg see my menu initially, they'll be like, who is this imposter? What have you done with Dev? But I want to show them progression. I want to show them that I've upped my levels.
Dev, you are making meringue and you're also covered in meringue.
That's right.
You've got all over your mouth, all over your hair. What are you making for us?
So the starter's going to be asparagus with a bean of cream. Main is going to be cod tongues with a bit of whey mash. It's going to be served with grello onions and a bit of ramson green sauce.
Ramson, wild garlic leaf?
Or wild garlic. And for dessert, lemon jam with lemon meringues, burnt citrus, and lemon sherbet on top. So I hope you like lemons.
Do you believe you can win it today, Dev?
I really want to go for it. I don't believe in doing things just for taking part. I don't believe that you should get a medal just for showing up. So, yeah, I want to. I want to win.
Because that's the point, isn't it? Today, there's one champion, and the other 2 are...
losers.
That's it. That's it.
That's not fair. It's the taking part that counts.
It really isn't. I hate that.
It's definitely brave, and I'll tell you what, it's not boring. Dev, asparagus with cream? It just sounds odd to me. I'm hoping it's going to feel like a hollandaise or a mayonnaise. Cod's tongues are a delicacy. Cooked properly, it's mouth-wateringly soft flesh.
He's serving it with a mashed potato let down with whey rather than using milk, which means you've got a lovely, rich flavour to it, and he's serving that with a wild garlic sauce as well. I think it's fascinating. It could be absolutely delicious. Dev's dessert, I have to say, sounds absolutely wonderful. The flavours of lemon and sugar.
Dev's dishes today, I think, actually mirror his journey through the competition. It's brave, it's bold, and if it works, it's eye-catching. But it's risky. Hour and a half left, but 30 minutes have gone.
This is all or nothing. This is Angelica here. Come on, let's do this. Because at the end of the day, you know what? This is possible.
I've been really impressed with Angelica. John, she is a brilliant cook with bags and bags of ambition.
Every time she cooks, she pushes herself. She goes the extra mile to prove herself to be a great cook. Angelica?
Yes.
big day, isn't it?
Yeah.
You have dreamt about this for years, haven't you? Ever since Michael came on MasterChef, you've wanted to be standing here on final day.
Yes, I'm very pleased.
What are your 3 courses?
So my first course is a camembert, fig and onion tart, served with a sesame dressing. My main course is bed of new potatoes with asparagus, pan-fried halibut and king prawns with a fennel dressing and dill. And then my dessert is pear bordaloo with amaretto jelly and mascarpone cream.
Your star dishes throughout the competition have definitely been on the sweet side. How do you feel about 2 savoury courses before your sweet?
I'm nervous. I'm nervous about all of them because I'm making 2 pastries. I've had to keep my eye on everything. You know, it could all go wrong.
These are 3 very ambitious dishes. Good on her.
Her first course, she's got a little tart disc. That pastry is flavoured with parmesan cheese and pepper, and it's really spicy. Camembert, onions and fig jam, fantastic.
This main course, there is so much going on. Crushed potatoes with asparagus, then halibut, then prawns, then vermouth. That's a lot to cook. That's a lot for a palate to deal with as well.
Dessert sounds absolutely fantastic. Very, very classic. Sweet crust pastry tart, frangipan, a poached pear inside.
Yeah, bring it on with a great big spoon. Love it.
You're halfway. You've had an hour, you got an hour. Ulrika's passion for cooking was obvious as soon as she walked in the room.
She's been a little bit nervous here and there, but Ulrika's food has always been extremely tasty.
Ulrika, as far as I can remember in the competition, has made only 1 mistake, and that was to undercook the lamb in the early rounds. Since then, it's been pretty much fault-free.
I genuinely don't have a split second. Even when John and Gregg are going to come over to me, I'll be like, ugh. So I've got to try and keep the nerves under control if it all goes awry.
How are you, Ulrika? Are you hyper? Are you stressed? Where are you?
All those, yes, all of the above. Stressed, hyper, but I want to try and enjoy it as well today. This is the last time we cook for you, so...
3 courses, Ulrika. What are they going to be?
I am smoking you some mackerel for a beetroot and sort of fennel starter with some raspberry vinaigrette. Then I'm doing a rack of lamb, gratin dauphinoise and some ratatouille, oven roasted, and then pear and walnut tart tartin with a brown bread ice cream.
Way.
I wanted to cook things that I love. You know, just cook from my heart to you.
You must have considered winning this, right?
Well, I'd probably cry a lot. No surprises there. I don't even know. I'd be absolutely speechless.
Ulrika's smoked mackerel with beetroot and dill and raspberries is so Scandinavian, it's almost growing a beard. I love the sound of that. It really depends for me on how much she smokes that fish.
The main course, again, delicious. She's roasting all the vegetables from their own juices. Very, very clever. But as we know, the last time she cooked lamb, it was raw.
I so enjoyed having 2 ovens, I forgot about the lamb. How about that?
A pear tartare with a brown bread ice cream. Delicious.
It's not really brown bread in flavour. You end up with this lovely, crunchy, sugary texture inside ice cream. I think Ulrika's 3 courses are grand. I think they follow each other absolutely perfectly.
It's got the makings of a fabulous meal.
Your last 20 minutes cooking on MasterChef.
Quite a tense atmosphere in what is really a wonderful occasion.
All three of them are doing the food they truly love. All three of them are being really ambitious. And I think we're up for 9 extraordinary plates of food.
My tarte tatin is still in the oven, so I'm hoping that's going to have time. It should... Yeah, it should be out in the next 5-ish minutes.
Final 4 minutes, please. You three, 4 minutes. Have you made one of these for John as well?
Yes, because I know you don't like to share.
That's a very pretty thing.
I'm feeling a lot of emotions. Not entirely sure if I'd describe them as happy. So far, no... I don't want to jinx it. I know as soon as I say that, something bad's going to happen.
You've got just 2 minutes. Finishing touches, please.
That's it. Time's up. Stop. Very well done.
Sorry, I need to take that off.
Yeah. Yes.
Don't make me cry.
Dev, for the final time in this competition, would you come up and join us, please?
Go, Dev.
This is cosy.
I love the look of the dishes. It's individual, it's a bit daring. I think it's really, really clever.
Dev's starter is grilled asparagus with lovage oil and whipped cream and goat's curd flavoured with verbena.
The asparagus is cooked brilliantly. It's got just the right amount of give. What you have here enhances each spear on that plate. That cream that you've got there hasn't got much of a flavour. What's got the flavour is the lovage. It's like concentrated parsley. Lovely, lovely dish.
Thank you.
That flavour of the lovage is so intense, it sort of amplifies the flavour of the asparagus itself. There's a subtlety running through that cream of the verbena, which is lemony, and then the saltiness of goat's curd in the background. It's a great-looking dish, it's a great tasting dish, and I think you should be really proud of that.
Wow.
That's ace.
Thank you very much.
Dev's main is cod's tongue pan-fried in butter with a wild garlic, anchovy and caper sauce, served with whey mashed potatoes and seared grello onions.
Love those cod tongues because they're so subtle, you just get the flavour of cod right at the end. The whey mash, I think, is inspired because it's made such a smooth, soft, creamy mashed potato. The grellos, even though well cooked and a bit of crunch, I'm not convinced they go with this. It's such a contrast in textures to have the crunch of that grello against the softness of mash and cod tongue.
Okay.
I completely agree with Greg. They don't go with the rest of the dish. The cod tongues, which are lovely and soft, and that very, very powerful wild garlic sauce around the outside of the tongues work beautifully together, and that's really comforting. I really like the heart and soul of the dish. I'm not convinced by the onions on the side.
Dev's dessert is a lemon sherbet sorbet on a base of lemon meringue, lemon jam and burnt orange.
That's fantastic. You've got this great contrast of sharp, sweet, sour, all coming together. But the thing that I think is great about this, after such a heady, wild garlic fish main course, suddenly your palate is left really refreshed and you feel like you've had a great ending to the meal. I think that's fantastic.
My granddad used to take me up the road when I was a youngster and buy me lemon ice cream. And that is a very fond memory of my childhood.
Wow.
An absolute genius piece of work. That is so utterly light and delicious, I can't tell you.
Oh, my God. So much better now. That's like the opposite of what they were going to say. What they were going to say, it looks terrible, like, this is overpowered, and, oh.
I'm done.
The extremities of the two emotions that I've just gone through is actually making me feel a little bit sick. I feel relieved, but also absolutely chuffed to bits that they liked my food today.
Ulrika, please. What I see here is an absolute feast delivered by someone who loves to cook and loves to feed people.
Ulrika's starter is whiskey smoked mackerel, heritage beetroot and fennel salad with a raspberry vinaigrette, finished with dill and edible flowers.
Absolutely love the look of that. I think it's beautiful. Look at all those bright, vivid colours. I love that.
That's ace. That is so, so clever. I love it. Because it really is a complete play around your palate. There's lovely, sharp, sour beetroot. There's a real strong flavour and a seed from your raw fennel around the outside of the plate. There's a lovely bit of smoke with the mackerel, which in no way is all greasy. And then there's this surprising sweet vinegar raspberry flavour, which joins the whole thing together, and then little magical bits of dill. I think that is fab.
Lovely, fresh, but big flavour combination. That's good. Very good. Look, listen, it screams Scandinavia, doesn't it? and quite rightly so. That's very nice.
For her main, Ulrika is serving roasted rack of lamb sprinkled with fennel pollen, accompanied by dauphinoise potatoes, a courgette, aubergine, tomato and pepper ratatouille, and lamb jus.
I think this deserves to be a little bit more elegant. Your dauphinoise, a little bit of garlic, rich with cream, potatoes cooked really nicely, everything's sort of layered perfectly. Your lamb is soft and wonderful. I love the bit of pollen across the top of it. I think that's really good. Some may argue that lamb could be cooked a little bit less. It's a little bit over. The flavour of the lamb jus that goes across it, it's a really lovely dish. And that's the food that people want to eat.
It's a super yummy dish. That ratatouille, the vegetables in there have got just enough give, and it's sweet and rich with tomato, as it should be, and it's nicely seasoned. Your lamb, in my mind, is absolutely perfect. It's still pink in the middle. No denying the triumph of flavours and texture. Beautiful. It could be smarter.
Ulrika's dessert is a pear and walnut tarte tatin, accompanied by brown bread ice cream.
Love your brown bread ice cream because in the background you've got almost bitter caramel flavour from the sugar. And I think that's great because you get that bitterness with the sweetness of the ice cream as well. Your tart is really sweet, as it should be. Lots of honey-rich pears and your walnuts, which are really, really fantastic. Your pastry is just a little bit under. Love your flavours. Love the fact that you actually have the confidence to put a big ta-ta-ta like that on a plate and some brown bread ice cream.
That is undoubtedly delicious, put together by somebody who obviously enjoys this pudding and understands the combination of flavours. Brilliant. All that lovely sugary stickiness is matched brilliantly by natural sweet pear juice. I love that. You cook with love. That's delicious.
That was a lot better than I thought. To go to the final and to cook 3 good courses to the levels that I would hope to do them is brilliant. That, for me, is amazing.
Angelica, please, come up and join us. Your dishes look fantastic. They are so pretty. Well done.
Angelica's starter is a Parmesan pastry tart, layered with fig and onion relish and baked camembert, accompanied by a sesame seed, mustard and hazelnut oil dressing.
To have sweet onion and sweet fig with creamy camembert is just beautiful. What you've added as well in that biscuit is a little bit of Parmesan cheese, which is giving it even more cheese flavour at the end. It's summertime for me, and all I'm looking around for is a big glass of chilled white wine. That is delicious.
What I really love about it is that sesame dressing. I think it's really clever, because it's sharp and almost like peanut butter on the side, which is a great surprise. So like a kid's treat all on one plate. I think it's really tasty, and I love the work you put into it. The little pastry bits are fantastic.
For her main, Angelica has cooked pan-fried halibut and king prawns, crushed new potatoes, asparagus, and a fennel salad garnish, all served with a creamy caper and vermouth sauce.
Everything on your plate is cooked really, really well. Everything on your plate is seasoned really well. Your halibut is cooked beautifully and falls apart. Your sauce is made really nicely with the flavour of vermouth running through it, and it's lovely and silky and smooth. Your potatoes are buttery. There's too many things on the plate.
I'd rather see the asparagus gone from that dish. Can I tell you what? Everything else I get on there is absolutely beautiful. That is a luxurious, very indulgent, fresh, buttery, well-seasoned dish. Absolutely delightful.
Angelica's dessert is pear bordaloo, a cinnamon poached pear baked in a frangipan and pastry tart, accompanied by amaretto jellies, an amaretto crumb, and vanilla pear liqueur and mascarpone cream.
Many restaurants can't make desserts look as good as this. Look at that. That is the work of a craftsman. That is beautiful. Beautiful, lush, ripe pear, frangipan, slight almonds, beautiful textures of sweetened chantilly cream with the heat of that liqueur, more heat of that liqueur in the jelly. That is stunning. That is nothing short of brilliant. One of the best desserts I've ever tasted.
It's perfect. Absolutely perfect in every way, shape and form. crispy, light, perfectly cooked pastry, which is buttery and soft. Your frangipane is rich but not too sweet. The sweetness comes from the pear itself. The jelly is lovely. I think it's well executed, I think it's really pretty, and I think it's just fantastic.
You're right. You're gonna cry now. Listen, it was perfect.
I'm completely blown away. I can go home happy, whatever happens.
That's awesome, man.
Thanks, hon.
I think today has been a joyous celebration. Thank you very, very much indeed. Absolutely brilliant cook-off, incredible 9 plates of food, and you've just made our decision really difficult.
Thank you very much. Well done. Now you and I have got to make the decision. The big decision. I love Ulrika. I love Ulrika's food. John, her food tastes fantastic. Combination of wonderful flavours, wonderful textures.
Ulrika's competition has been very strong, and she's always delivered food that you and I have loved to eat. I tell you what, she's a strong, strong cook who cooks from the heart with loads of emotion. Dev came in here with an absolute want to be able to cook better. Cook better, he surely has. I mean, those 3 courses today were unbelievable.
His food was modern. His food was daring. His food was intriguing, and it looked good.
So pleased for him. He's creating food with real style and real flavour.
Angelica's dishes today just looked fantastic. All 3 of them, just absolutely as pretty as a picture. John, that's professional standard food.
Angelica makes sure that everything that's done is done to absolute perfection. The pear and frangipane tart was absolutely delicious.
That's a better dessert than I'm getting at most top-end restaurants. It was just incredible.
I am over the moon. I've had a fantastic day. I've had a fantastic time. I put my heart and soul onto every dish that I served up today. Whatever happens, I can say that I gave it my best shot.
I think my chances are as good as any's after that. This is the worst part of this whole competition. I almost wish we could just fast forward this bit, or they'd tell us straight away. Just the waiting is horrible.
I don't know whether I have done enough to win. I genuinely don't. Probably there's a part of me that doubts it. But I feel pleased that I cooked well today.
Today, I think we got some fantastic food, amazing food from 3 people that have worked so, so hard. They've all defined their own styles. We now have to choose one of them to be champion. It's been a great competition. You're going to look back at this and be so proud of what you achieved. That is a real celebration of cookery art. I think you have done this competition proud. I think you've done yourselves proud. I think it's been fantastic.
Thank you, all 3 of you, for all your heart, your soul and all your hard work. our celebrity MasterChef champion, Miss Angelica.
Yes. Well deserved.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well done.
Have a drink on me. Bring one back for me.
Oh, man, do you know what? I'm happy with that. I'm
Yeah.
happy with that. That was deserved.
I think you're absolutely right. I am really, really thrilled for Angelica. I feel that this was the right result. No, start that again. It wasn't the right result. No, I'm kidding. To get into the final, that was my winning. It really was. And as my 16-year-old daughter said to me, you can't always get what you want.
I would have liked to have won, but I've surprised myself at every single round. I do think it's something that I'm going to continue to do. I'm forever going to be able to call myself a MasterChef finalist.
Yay!
You are one of the best celebrity MasterChef contestants I've ever seen.
Angelica, throughout this competition, has just pushed herself. Give her the opportunity to learn, she sucks it up and she does it absolutely perfectly.
Angelica's food has elegance and style, but as it's gone on, she's got technically better and better and better. I think she is a very, very worthy winner.
Today, she's done herself proud.
Oh my gosh. It feels so good. I've worked so hard. I just wanted to do my best.
That's yours.
That is amazing.
Apart from getting married or having my children, this is up there with it. Definitely. Definitely.